Here we go again. Welcome to Hotel Centralne, Khmelnytsky in Ukraine. What have I been up to for the last few days? Well, getting the dressing changed on my chin, having the plaster fall off, and having to stick it back on again, having it fall off, having to stick it back on again, ending up with quite a bit of extra tape around the chin because every time I need to brush my teeth or eat something or drink something, all the dressing comes off. As far as the camera's concerned, I've been trying out various apps. I've downloaded several, including the the beast that is Open Camera app, the one which, according to legend, is perhaps the best option of all if you're filming on a smartphone. I think smartphone seems to be appropriate given its limitations, in my experience. Don't want to get sued by Samsung, do I? Although perhaps Samsung don't bother suing somebody who's got no money, sort of homeless drifter. It's not really worth it, is it? Oh no, wait, hang on. McDonald's would, wouldn't they? Oh no, McDonald's are going to sue me now. Oh, but I love McDonald's. Those lovely free clean toilets. And the muffins and coffee deals can be good as well. Just I wouldn't want to go near a burger. Not least because of that little bit of pickle. And that bit of pickle, I'm thinking it originated here in Ukraine or perhaps Poland, because pickles are really popular. Can't imagine why. Actually, now I've spent a bit of time in the country at my friend's place in the village, I think I can imagine why. It just occurs to me that she and her husband spend so much time in the evenings bottling up these different fruits and veggies, preserving for the depths of winter. We're just preserving because before the fruit and veg goes off, they've got such an abundance in the village and neighbours keep bringing stuff over and vice versa. You know, some people have got lots of cherry plums growing, others have got lots of carrots or potatoes or sweet corn. Other people show up with eggplant or tomatoes, and there's this sort of just friendly, not like for like, you know, it's because they're neighbours, just as a friendly sort of, oh, I'm dropping in and I got these extra food items which I've just plucked out of my garden. Got so many apples this year, or pears, or walnuts. They may well decide, oh, I'll take them round to the neighbour, haven't seen her for a couple of days, just say hello. And yeah, the same day, the next day, in that moment, whenever it seems appropriate, my friend might say, oh, actually, I was in the garden last night, got a heck of a load of fresh peas. Here, I can't make use of all of them. Why don't you take them off our hands? Anyway, I've got a bit diverted there. I know you're supposed to plan out the script for these exciting YouTube travel videos, or any YouTube videos, or probably anything that gets filmed is supposed to be planned out, isn't it? But it doesn't work that way at all with me. If only, eh? If it only always ended right in the movies. Anyway, I won't let that distract me. Switch the camera around to avoid recording some folks who are sat on another bench. I think I've done a pretty good job. However, we've got an Alfred Hitchcock movie situation developing here with the birds. Not really. And pigeons don't really attack you, do they? or maybe in zombie films. Let's go back to a place I've been before, but you don't know this, probably. I was filming the other day trying to use the external microphone, trying to switch between the different camera apps, trying to see what result I could get, which was the best compromise, because this has got to be, that word compromise comes into this massively. I've got to compromise on both audio and visual product, it seems. And it's a shame when you've got to do either or. It's a bit of a catastrophe almost when you've got to compromise on both those things. Right now though, here in Ukraine, in this situation, I've only got my backup phone camera to resort to, unless I went crazy and spent a large amount of money buying what? Can I buy a GoPro here? Do I want to buy a GoPro here? No is the answer, frankly. I don't like spending a lot of money. I've already seen with my cheap Picasso camera what can happen just by complete chance. Even if you're paying attention, you can still get an unexpected nasty shock. And the consequences of writing off a GoPro camera, which doesn't happen to be in its protective case when that nasty shock comes along, I couldn't take that one as easily on the chin. The loss of hundreds of euros, if not 1,000 euros, on good quality hardware. Unless, of course, I was getting an income from somewhere. And as I'm not getting an income from anywhere, yeah, my dwindling savings prompt me to hold fast and not go ahead with any immediate knee-jerk plan. Somebody just shouting at me, but they were smiling. They weren't showing me a finger, so I have to assume they were friendly. That's distracted me completely. Not used to people being friendly and smiling, shouting at me from a car passing by. It touched me. I have to say, it touched me. Okay. Who would be a YouTuber? Just a minute, this is called walkie-talkie. There's got to be a bit of talkie as well as the walkie. Let's get to the walkie. Now using the hand grip, but also holding with my left hand on an edge to try and increase the image stabilization. May work, it may not. Can you hear the fountain? What was that for image stabilization? Horrendous? Wouldn't surprise me if that's what you thought. I'm also thinking maybe today, because it's the weekend and perhaps not a working day for them, that incredible couple who really saved me last Sunday just maybe I'll see them while I'm out and about today. I'm not going to be out and about for too long because I do have a few other things I need to address, which I won't bore you with. Another busy day. It's not all about doing tests with the camera, believe it or not. In the park, Mr. Taras Shevchenko, remembered again, of course. What do you reckon? We got some wise words here from Mr. Shevchenko, I think. Unfortunately, because I'm a failure and haven't learned Ukrainian during my time here, I can't give you a nice translation of them. However, I think it makes for a nice image, don't you? Interesting contrast to see how well the focusing adapts to a close-up object. The flowers just behind and going off in the distance. And of course, Mr. Taras Shevchenko's statue at the back. Will this be usable video? I'm not sure. It does seem strange that for so much of my filming, I'm filming into the light in Khmelnytsky. I don't know if you've noticed it. It's one of those topics that everybody whinges about, me in particular. So the statues seem to be looking northwest. Does that make sense? Got another nice little thing over here. Something else in Ukrainian, which unfortunately I can't translate. But it looks nice. Okay, Mr. Shevchenko, any ideas? Oh, sorry. Getting in the way of a driver. And a cyclist. Hang on, I'm in a park on a footpath. As a pedestrian, why am I saying sorry to the driver? Just a habit, I guess. It's like when some of us, when somebody accidentally knocks into you, you automatically say sorry. I suppose it's the old British English sort of Victorian standards that my elderly parents grinded into me. Another test for image stabilization, as well as it's ongoing really, as well as the test being ongoing for the makeshift muff. That sounds all wrong, doesn't it? But I've got a makeshift muff on the edge of my Samsung camera phone thing, device, knockoff, whatever it is. This is something interesting that you see from time to time in Ukraine, and you're going to see it in other previously Soviet-dominated countries. But this is quite a nice feature, actually. This is a little triangular notice board, and it just lets the local people know who the local sports folk are. Just a recognition of their achievements, whether they be actual sports people themselves who've represented Ukraine or members of the coaching staff. I think it's a nice touch. Probably those folks are all very well known in the city, but I still think it's nice to have it up there. I could press the camera against my mouth and have my mouth up against the muff. This is sounding all wrong, isn't it? So that I capture 100% my voice and almost no percent of the background noise. Does this make any sense at all? It makes me look like I'm a lunatic trying to eat a microphone. Okay, test over. I'm now at ATB supermarket. And there we have it. The latest combination of things to try and create YouTube videos on the road during an unfortunate phase of, well, yes, in adversity. Now, how do you turn this thing off? Oh, don't forget to say goodbye, Ron. Goodbye, Ron, and anybody else who's watching. Until the next time.